Albert Breer talked about Andrew Berry's recent comments about Myles Garrett's future after they redid his contract.
I've seen too often these things go the other way. Now I don't think Andrew Berry intends to mislead anybody with that comment, but I just think it's like we've seen time and time again where these things can turn on a dime, and so, I don't have any reason to believe that everybody isn't in a good place right now, and that, like the new coaches haven't endeared themselves to Myles, and that Myles is fine giving these guys a shot and everything else. But, look, like, he's on the back end of the prime of his career. If you just kind of, like, take it as what, generally happens with players, like, you get to 30, that's the back end of your prime. And there's going to be some urgency around that, I'm sure, for him and everybody else. And so this is the stage of a guy's career where things can change quickly, and I wouldn't rule anything out.
And they didn't really restructure it. They pushed the bonus back, so it makes it more possible. It makes it possible, I guess, to trade him. There's two things. I think Myles Garrett is still in really good shape, and I think he's going to have a number of years still at the elite end of his career. I don't think he's on the back half of his prime yet. I think he's got a couple more years before he gets to the back half, and it's going to be a pretty long back half.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I mean, this he didn't look like on the back half when he was setting the sack record this past year, I'll tell you that. So, I mean, Myles Garrett, look, this isn't just the best defensive player in football. This is one of the greatest of all time, right? So I understand that he is a tradable asset for sure, but there's going to be a hefty price. I mean, you saw 2 first-round picks that could have potentially gone to Las Vegas for Max Crosby. Myles Garrett could get significantly more than that if you put him on the trade market right now. But you have to remember with the Browns, too, eventually they want to start winning, and he's proven that he wants to be there. They're paying him enough to be there, obviously, and he wants to see what the vision of this franchise is, the only franchise he's ever played for. So, the other bit of it for the Browns is if you get rid of Myles Garrett, no matter what you get in return for the next 2 or 3 years, your football team is not better. Not without that guy, not without one of the best pass rushers ever to do it, maybe the best of this generation. So obviously it's something you have to look at, and obviously fans and analysts are always looking at it in any sport going, well, can we get more future assets? You certainly could, but your football team's going to get a lot worse, and that's the balance I think that Andrew Berry's trying to keep.
And the other thing, people make a big deal about the first-round picks. Remember, they're likely going to be 25 or later. Because if you're trying to get Myles Garrett, you think you're in a Super Bowl window. It's not like you're getting the first pick in the draft.
Correct. I mean, you're talking about teams, good teams. Just off the top of my head, I think about teams like Detroit or Philadelphia that would be of interest, right? So I think when you look at those possibilities, you're really looking at, okay, you're right. Team picks in the 20s, picks later in the draft that aren't going to be. They got Myles Garrett himself with the number 1 overall pick, right? You're not going to get that for him in a trade, but that's why teams always ask for multiple, just in case. Okay, let's try to package this up and move up too.